I will say I recently watched Doctor Strange.
Me and Emily have seen that.
Madness of the Maltese.
What'd you think?
I really liked it. I mean, you guys, David,
Did you see Ron?
I did. I did. And you know what, David? I will give you the benefit of the doubt. The way she says run is a little tough.
Normal.
It's a little tough. And if I would not have known the context, but you're also an idiot because then he immediately runs.
Yeah.
That's right, Chuck.
Hello there. Assemble.
Just chuck a fire.
99 nerds, we are back. I have literally no idea what number episode this is, but we are here to talk about Star Wars, because that's what we do.
It's our bread and butter.
I like bread. Bread.
Yeah. I am super excited to talk about this today because we are finally able to all get together 2 weeks after this is dropped, but it's okay. We're here to talk about Tales.
What's right on my headphones? There it is.
Tales of the Jedi.
Found it. These are new headphones.
We had to skip last week because I have a massive bout of diarrhea.
Okay.
How many tails would you give these Jedi?
Hey, wait, that camera's crooked.
6.
Oh, well. It's okay.
6 tails.
6 Tales. Yeah.
Wait,
There
how
was
many
6
episodes are there? 6?
There's 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
What did you think, Sean Tacular Terry?
Lame.
Oh! Okay.
Lame. I don't know.
So this is Rashawn Lee.
I don't care about the Clone Wars that much, and a lot of that stuff just doesn't. It's not satisfying. I don't care.
Well, let's break it down this way. It was basically focused around Count Dooku and Ahsoka.
Right. 3 episodes for Dooku, 3 episodes for Ahsoka.
I loved them. But in hindsight,
Okay, why don't you tell me why you love them?
Sean,
It sounds like you care about it. I don't want to poo-poo
well, here's the thing.
your 4th child.
I will say this. In hindsight, I feel like maybe there's a little bit too much Ahsoka content.
Get out! No.
I think if you look at the 4 episodes, number 4, I believe, was the Yaddle storyline, correct?
Yo.
Yaddle.
That was by far the best one.
Is there a reason why they didn't even bother trying to have her talk like Yoda?
Yes.
Yes, and we're going to get into that.
But
Is it a good reason or is it?
Yeah.
yeah, it's got some lineage and heritage to it.
Okay.
I think
She was raised by normal people.
I think that the last episode with Ahsoka was worth telling, a story worth telling.
Is that the one where she like fights guys over and over again?
No, that's the one where she kills the Inquisitor with no
Oh yeah,
saber.
yeah, yeah.
She's
on the
yoinks it.
run.
Yeah. I thought that
So
was a
rather
good
than
story.
talking about the last episode,
Right.
why don't we talk about the show as a whole and
Okay.
then break it down?
Then you start.
I'm going to give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up out of 10.
I'll take that. Thank you. Yeah, this show is everything.
Okay, Dave, you sound very happy about it.
Yes, thank you.
Can you tell me why you're happy?
I want to start by saying,
Is it because you love the Clone Wars so much you just needed more content? Just a little bit. If they just gave you a crumb, you'd be happy.
here's what I'm going to say.
You're like a heroin addict.
The
littlest bit.
My least favorite thing about this show is that there's not more episodes and more content.
Wow.
And one other
Subverted
thing.
my expectations on that one.
Count Dooku's voice is a little whack. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Isn't it just the same voice actor?
It's the same voice actor, but
yeah.
they used a
sounds different?
de-aging thing.
Wow, you can de-age your voice?
Yeah.
Dang.
So,
I want to learn how to do that.
but yeah, show's absolute gasoline.
Dang.
But I will say this, for the average viewer, probably not the greatest show to watch. To just hop on Disney Plus, turn on. I would say it's for the Star Wars fan.
Yeah. Sure.
Because if you take it at face value, the episodes are only like 17 minutes max.
Yeah, they're
and if you don't know the context, it's pretty boring.
Right.
But when you know the context and the facts, this show is gasoline.
Yes.
Okay.
So, that being said,
What would you give a 1 out of 10?
1 out of 10, I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah.
This guy's spitting.
It's a
Better than the Black Adam movie.
No!
oh, there you go.
I can't believe that. I would give it an 8.6.
Why?
I think that...
What would you have changed?
No, I think that the importance of the Dooku story arcs had way more weight to them than the Ahsoka ones. Like, so we start off and it's Ahsoka's origin story of her discovering her powers. And although that was a cool story, like, I've never wondered about that.
Well, let me stop you there. That story sucked.
Okay.
No, that was not a good
I
episode.
watched all of them in one sitting. Can I ask a question?
Dude, yeah.
They were 3 episodes of Ahsoka and 3 episodes of Dooku, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so tales of these 2 people, right?
Right.
Not like the Jedi or I don't know.
No, because they're Jedi.
Look, when you tell me Tales of the Jedi, I'm like, yo, KOTOR, Knights
Yeah.
of the Old Republic,
Yeah.
High Republic. Oh, we're gonna get something fancy.
Well, that's why I was.
But I just got more of these people that I
didn't expect it to
take
be,
some risks.
I didn't expect it to be 3 Dooku, 3 Ahsoka.
I didn't either.
I just feel like we know Ahsoka so much at this point. What we know 0 about before this is Dooku as a Jedi. We know nothing. Other than there were a couple of brief flashback sequence at the end of Clone Wars where Yoda's like reminiscing of old times. But,
Nostalgia.
but otherwise, we've never seen a peak Dooku Jedi Master.
Well, in episode 2, we do know that Count Dooku is Qui-Gon's master.
Sure,
Yeah, we know that.
that one's simple.
And we know he is Yoda's apprentice. We get 3 episodes. Basically, what we're getting is a young Dooku with his apprentice, Qui-Gon.
Dookie.
We see a defiant Dooku taking matters into his own hand, not really agreeing with the Jedi, and him kind of handling things the way he kind of wants to.
Same.
And this Dooku arc is all about Dooku's fall to the dark side. Okay? This is freaking sweet. Because at the end of his arc, we get episode 4, which is, it's called The Sith Lord. So in The Sith Lord, there are so many Easter eggs. Like, I was crying when I realized what was going on. I wasn't crying. Emily was with me, and she can confirm I wasn't crying. But
Hyperbole.
the one thing that this does to the movies, this show, the one thing that I got out of this that I could literally like kiss Dave Filoni for,
Nice.
the Duel of Fates.
Okay.
We know that as the song and as the lightsaber fight between Darth Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan.
Correct.
So, Count Dooku, his apprentice is Qui-Gon. So we learn that Dooku is very against everything the Jedi do.
Sure.
He's not a fan of them.
They're ineffective.
The only soft spot that Dooku has is for his apprentice Qui-Gon.
Sure.
Argonials.
So in this arc, by the time we get to the end, we see Dooku, little Easter egg from episode 2, the Attack of the Clones, when Obi-Wan asks Yoda, there's this planet is missing in our database. Where could it have gone? He's talking about Kamino. In this episode of Tales of the Jedi, we see Dooku erasing that from the memory of the Jedi archives.
Very good.
Right.
Which
Very
is
good.
sweet.
Kind of closing up that little whodunit.
Yeah,
Making it just
adding
clear it was Dooku.
adding context
Okay.
to the movies. And then it kind of jumps through time, this Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So if you don't really know the timeline, you're kind of screwed. But when you do know the timeline, it's freaking sweet. So
Sure.
we get Dooku. We get him, what's the word? Sad about Qui-Gon's death.
Right.
Grieving. Because we find out that Qui-Gon has been killed by Darth Maul. So in episode 1, when they're fighting, Dooku is a Jedi at this point. So the Duel of Fates now has more context to it. Not only were they dueling over the fate of Anakin, it's called the Duel of Fates with an S.
But it's
my God.
3 people fighting.
right.
So should it be like the Truel?
The triad of fate.
The Truel of the Fates. Go on.
The dodecahedron.
Are you
So-
saying that Qui-Gon's death was a pivotal thing that catapulted the entire story?
Yeah, because we always think about the Anakin side of Duel of Fates, but it's
never
called
do.
Duel of Fates with
was
an
in
S.
space.
Multiple. Think about
He
it.
was nowhere near the fight.
This Duel of Fates fight also set up the fate of Dooku.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was Qui-Gon's death that finally pushed Dooku completely to the dark side.
Downfall of us all. Dang.
Probs.
Just like a
The
favorite member
context.
song.
So, Dooku turns, he confronts Palpatine about it. And Palpatine basically says, like, yeah, I lost an apprentice too, but it's all part of the plan.
Apprentice too.
That was actually really good.
So
You can put the headphones on if you want, Miss Emily. Emily's our
Emily's in
producer
the building.
E in the B.
But yeah, so, and then we get a fight. Yaddle, who is the female Yoda.
Correct.
We see her in episode 1 in the movies, and you always wonder, what the heck?
Yeah, she's just kind of a background character.
Who's the
background
Yoda-looking
alien.
girl? And then you never see her again. Well, Tales of the Jedi wraps that storyline up. Yaddle is suspicious of Dooku. She trails Dooku, finds him with the Emperor, and Yaddle's like, yo, you're the Sith Lord.
Compromise.
This ends
Caught you
here.
red-handed.
And
And it looks like I'm going to have to shoot you. Basically.
we get a parallel of Palpatine telling Dooku, like, you've betrayed me. And he's like, yo, no, I didn't. So then he fights Yaddle, and it's a parallel of the Yoda-Dooku fight from Attack of the Clones. It's the same exact fight.
Right.
Just copy and paste.
Basically, Dooku throws...
Just always fighting these little Kermits.
Yeah. Dooku slams the door shut on Yaddle.
Specialty.
Yaddle survives the door shutting, and Dooku slays her with his lightsaber,
Sure does.
signifying that he is full dark side now. And then Palpatine, in a parallel to Anakin, says, you have done well, my new apprentice. Henceforth,
You
shall be known as
Darth.
Dookie Jam.
Yeah, that too. Well, I was a little bit disappointed in that episode for one reason.
What, Sean?
They don't actually explain what happened to Sifo Dyas. They
watch
reference
the
him.
Clone Wars, buddy-o pal.
No, I need to see it. Clone Wars takes place after he dies.
Nope. Go watch Clone Wars.
What, they put it in a flashback?
There's a lot of time jumps.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that is the specific episode I wanted to talk to you about, Sean,
Why?
because it connects to the movie so much, and we were all aware of
It connects to the movie Attack of the Clones or
Yeah.
Phantom Menace?
both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the way it's interwoven. Plus, Qui-Gon Jinn is your favorite Jedi.
Sometimes.
What did you think about his appearance and more layers being added to his character?
Which, fun fact, is Liam Neeson's son voiced Qui-Gon in this.
Oh my gosh.
What did you think about that?
I thought it was fine. I've always kind of... I always pictured the downfall of Dooku to be a little different. Based off how Attack of the Clones introduces him. He's mentioned in the background as a politician.
Sure.
And he used to be a Jedi. Now, the way Mace Windu explains it to Padme, it seems like it's not like hurt feelings. It's like, well, sometimes people don't want to stay Jedi anymore. Maybe he felt he needed to retire or walk away from it. And he just over time wanted to get into politics. Now, I think that's interesting. And so I always presumed that Count Dooku would have left the Jedi Order before Qui-Gon Jinn died. I always imagined, well, he trained Qui-Gon Jinn, and then it's like, it's been 20 years since he's been a Jedi.
Sure.
He's just in the background been a politician, maybe a little bit ambitious, and Padme doesn't trust him, but the Jedi still have a soft spot for him, which is what makes them so clueless to what he's been up to. But in this new timeline, the way they present it, right after Phantom Menace, he just decides, well, my apprentice got killed, so I'm leaving.
Right.
And, I think that's just like a little more of a pivotal time. And so it makes it's a little bit awkward that they're not keeping tabs on Dooku the same way. And so for me, I'm not saying it completely ruins Attack of the Clones, but it makes the continuity a little bit more turbulent for me.
Sure.
At least the way I always grew up supposing it would be.
Sure. I think that's a pretty good take. I think that the timeline got...
You could have said anything, but I appreciate you saying that.
I like your take.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like the timeline was smashed together. I never imagined Qui-Gon dying and Dooku was standing in the Jedi Temple remembering him. Like, I thought that Dooku
Sure.
was long gone.
Sure.
Right.
A little bit of a grief. Like, hey, I cared about that guy.
Right. So for them to interweave the stories of that,
I'm tall. He's tall.
beard.
Both of us are.
I don't know if you notice, his beard slowly comes in throughout the 3 episodes.
Yeah.
He starts shaved or baby faced, and then by the end he's got his Dooku beard.
Well, by the Clone Wars, it looks like somebody grabbed his chin and like pulled down on it.
Well, here's my thoughts. I was watching these episodes and like, especially in that first episode when Dooku's like losing control and like just taking matters into his own hands, you're kind of like, I kind of like this guy.
Yeah.
You just like it.
He gets it done.
You like and appreciate Dooku's character more. But at the same time, Qui-Gon takes a completely different approach, and you respect and like his character even more.
But here, let me ask you this: what was Qui-Gon doing when Dooku kind of decided, no, forget all this. I'm gonna go rogue and take care of this problem the violent way?
He told him to stop, and then Dooku threw him up against the wall.
Which I was a little bit disappointed by, because a part of me thought, so he just kind of gets knocked out of the fight, which doesn't really give me anything. It doesn't tell me what Qui-Gon would do, or it doesn't tell me what's the right thing for a Jedi to do.
Sure.
Just like hand these people over to this corrupt senator,
Sure.
like putting them in danger. I mean, like I like the setup of like, here's a morally gray thing a Jedi has to wrestle with.
Sure.
What's the appropriate thing to do?
Yeah.
But I think they write themselves out of that corner a little too easily, because they just have it so Count Dooku gets to do what he wants while Qui-Gon is just kind of disposed of for a second. And then when Qui-Gon kind of comes to it, it's all taken care of.
Sure.
It's a little bit like a subplot that happened in the expanded universe books, the New Jedi Order, where Han Solo's son fell to the dark side, and a part of what he did was he killed Luke Skywalker's wife.
Yeah.
That was his kind of like go all in on the dark side move. But he had an apprentice, and his apprentice was Luke Skywalker's son. So it's the similar situation. But how did he avoid getting in trouble and getting caught? He like used the Force to basically knock his apprentice out. So he just kind of missed everything and woke up not knowing what was going on.
Dang.
So I was like, oh, we're just going to do that. Because, there's that part of you that goes, well, if Count Dooku went berserk, and even Mace Windu knew that Count Dooku could go berserk, again, I thought that the Attack of the Clones set up Count Dooku as very prudent, avoiding suspicion, because he was just a guy who, did politics and was respected by the Jedi. He's not even like... He's Count Dooku, he's like got a title, and he's somebody of its significance and respect and admiration and esteem. So I think they just paint him as a little bit too much of a blatant thorn in the side of the Jedi. Like, this guy's a little bit dangerous. You don't know exactly what he's going to do.
Sure.
It's just it's a characterization of Dooku that a part of me always thought the Clone Wars did poorly. Maybe that's why another reason why the show was always a little bit off-putting for me, because I liked Count Dooku more as an aristocratic, intelligent manipulator, as opposed to like literally Count Dracula, like the twirling of the mustache and I'll get you, Kenobi.
Didn't Christopher Lee play Dracula?
That's that's actually kind of like a little fun Easter egg. That's why he's Count Dooku, because that's just fun.
Fair enough. I felt like after watching these, I felt like all of these storylines were things that Filoni had scribbled down 7 years ago
in a fever dream
and wanted to include in Clone Wars at some point, but never got the chance to. So now he's just like, well, I'm just going to make these quick 13-minute episodes about these stories that I've always thought about.
Right.
Because like the Ahsoka stuff, like out of all the Ahsoka content we have, we never saw her. Like, we saw Plo Koon like pick her up to become a Jedi, but we never saw like her origin story in that regard.
Do you think Dave Filoni has a strange obsession with his character he built?
Maybe.
To the point where he's like, no, I want everyone to know about her life from literally the moment she was conceived until the moment she died. I want her whole story.
Well,
I care about her more than my own family. You understand me?
I think here's the revelations that we got out of this. Ahsoka was immediately at Padme's funeral
Oh my gosh.
right after her and Rex survived Order 66, like immediately.
Which, did you guys see the side-by-side of the movie versus the animation?
No,
Sure.
It's like spot on.
is it?
It's like so cool.
Except it's anime.
So I thought that was cool that she was there. You know, the Bail Organa connection, which makes a lot of sense considering she becomes what she does in Rebels, where she essentially, her and Bail are going back and forth sharing information and leading the rebellion.
Yeah. So
We saw her kill her first Inquisitor.
yeah, which is huge because I read the Ahsoka book, which isn't canon anymore. It was kind of considered canon.
Yeah.
As of like 2 years ago. And
Why'd they decanonize it?
The Clone Wars season 7 came out and just kind of
Discombobulated it?
discombobulated it. Yeah.
Right.
But
lot going on.
in the book, she is basically hiding after Order 66. And she, like, it's the episode we saw where she's like just working for her wage basically and just being like a hermit like we see with Kenobi in the Kenobi show. In the book, she does the same thing, and an Inquisitor comes, and she literally stops the Inquisitor. She doesn't have any weapons. She stops the lightsaber with her hands, and then defeats the Inquisitor, and takes that lightsaber and purifies the crystal, which is how she gets her white lightsabers.
Nice.
So when this was happening, and I was watching it with Emily, I said, I guarantee you there's not even going to be a fight here. She's just going to grab the lightsaber. Because that's what happened in the book. And then it happened, and I was like, that was cool.
Did you watch that slowly and see if that saber looked like her? Like, did she get new handles and just take the crystals? That's probably
in the book, she kind of just like scraps parts and puts it together.
sure. I mean, it makes sense. She's got 2 crystals now.
Yeah.
Felonious.
So I thought that was really cool how that all tied in. Because it's in her lightsabers. I looked it up. Speaking of lightsabers, I have a really new bad obsession. I was addicted to Funko Pops. And here's the thing.
Still are.
That was my gateway drug into lightsabers. I am a fiend, which I actually brought some for you guys to see.
Drugs coming up a lot today.
This is my new purchase.
Oh, it's a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Can you get your drink out of the way, please?
Sorry.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Wait, which way is
No, yeah, like that.
Oh my gosh,
God.
it's half of that's Darth Maul's, right?
Oh, he's got another box. Okay, Luke, get it out of your eye socket. Dang.
So these connect.
Ollie's gonna be pumped to see these.
Are these like the fancy ones we got at Disneyland?
Yeah, it's the legacy ones.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got these. Right now, you legitimately can't find this for under $500.
Oh my!
And I got it for
don't say it.
$350.
That's even
Yes,
worse.
that's a lot of money.
Super.
But in the grand scheme of things, you know, we're all here for a short while, so let's
That's a
have
good
fun.
point. I never thought about it like that, but you're right.
Have you ever seen the video of Obi-Wan picking his lightsaber for episode 1?
I do.
And
I
like
remember in the behind the scenes.
And that lightsaber is in the box for like him to pick.
Yeah, they had a lot of goofy ones that are like not very. It's kind of funny when you look at some of those. They're like some of the designs are like so boring.
Super lame.
So this design,
Kiadi Mundi and this fish boy.
Kit Fisto.
Kid Fisto, both of their
Why do we know who he means? But
Because that's the water
both
Jedi.
of their lightsabers are like super
Generic.
bland.
Yep. That's the one your son wants.
Yeah.
You told me.
Ollie
Somebody-
loves
I want a Kit Fisto one.
He loves Kid Fisto.
somebody needs to get better about designing cool lightsabers.
So this right here, half of his hilt is exactly what Plo Koon's looks like, and exactly what
Well, yeah, I think
Luminara's
they
look
just started
like.
Yeah.
they basically because they originally built them out of like camera parts and stuff like that. Actually,
It's science.
kind of funny.
But
Those are cool, dude.
yeah,
Hey, good for you. Remember how when you got the Ahsoka lightsabers, you were convinced they didn't work until like
stop it.
I came in and fixed them, and you almost like forfeited hundreds of dollars.
No,
worth of toy?
there's a certain way the blade goes in, and I put it in the opposite way, but I had shoved it in the opposite way because I was so excited. I needed it to turn on.
And it didn't work, and we
And it
were
didn't work.
worried.
But yeah, so anyway, the fulcrum white lightsabers.
Yeah.
are the cool thing about these is they're all retired. So they'll come out for like a month and then they never come out again.
Dope.
So people have lightsabers like Obi-Wan's episode 1. Dude, you can't find that anywhere. And if you do, it's on the black market for $800
gosh.
plus a liver.
Well, the thing is, that saber sucks, so it doesn't really matter.
What are you talking about? The first Obi-Wan one?
Dude, it's so ugly.
First Obi-Wan one is
Don't-
dummy.
Don't they all look the same up
No.
until he gets his episode 4 one?
No.
Episode 3.
No, episode 1 is those really, it's got the big black, and his has a massive pommel on it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's got like a mace on the bottom of it. I
Yeah,
always thought that was
Qui-Gon's
kinda
is
cool.
a little better. It doesn't have the pommel on the bottom.
Well, remember when they at the Detroit Museum, I don't know if you ever went, they had the actual like props and costumes from the movie as like a exhibit at the museum. And I was so happy to have it confirmed finally, but you can see the actual lightsabers. And I've always been convinced of this watching the movies, and I was always upset by it with our toys. The toys they give you are always like really extra thick.
Right.
But the actual props are pretty thin. Like
Yeah.
you could grip it fully.
Right.
And so I've always been super annoyed by that.
Thank you for crimping my water bottle.
It's because it has to fit that thick battery.
Yeah, that's
It's the dang
science.
battery. But I think we've talked about this before, but Obi-Wan Kenobi's episode 3, where it's like not worn. Because his episode 4 is sweet, but it's kind of worn. And it's almost like it reveals some of his handle is like black. But number 4, it's more worn and you see some of like the brass underneath. Episode 3, it's crisp and black. That's the one. Go ahead.
Well, so they just released a box for lightsabers. It's the Kenobi box. And when you open it up, it plays the Kenobi theme.
Lame.
And it's his episode 1. It's his episode 3. It's either the episode 3 or the Kenobi show one.
Okay.
Because in the Kenobi show, that lightsaber is like
It's
withered a
more
little
withered,
bit.
Yeah.
And then the old Ben, A New Hope lightsaber is way withered and
Right.
like brass looking. And
Yeah.
but that box right now is going for $1,000. It was sold out online, and now people are selling it on the black market, basically.
Dude, you're like a knowledge wizard.
All right, I have one more question.
I love
lightsabers.
I just have one question. Why does Yaddle talk normal?
Yeah.
Go ahead, David.
So there's Dave Filoni talked to Frank Oz about that. Frank Oz.
I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
Okay. 30-second review, go! If any of you follow our
Oh,
Instagram.
they've all seen it.
6,
So
Everyone on the internet.
Yaddle is voiced by Bryce Dallas Howard,
8,
Jedi.
9,
who has done some Mando episodes.
11.
I can't concentrate, Sean.
Bryce Dallas Howard has come up like 15 times in this podcast.
Yeah, she's a goat. Yeah, so
She's a human.
Frank Oz, who voices Yoda, was talked to by Dave Filoni, and Dave Filoni said, yo, should we have Yaddle talk like that? And he's like, no, Yoda talks that way in honor and memory of his master, Yoda's former master. So Yaddle, it's not their species that talks like that. It's the way Yoda was brought up from his master.
It's because that's the way the original Jedi spoke. It was a very formal and elegant language. He is now 700, 800 years old at that time.
Right.
And so he feels a tremendous responsibility to talk that way, even though nobody else talks that way.
Even though he could probably speak the way everyone else speaks.
Right.
I don't know if Filoni specifically talked to Frank Oz about that in order to do this episode, but he just had the knowledge that Frank Oz at one point had said the reason Yoda talks this way is to honor his old master. It's not a Kermit thing.
All right, I'm done. That's stupid.
You know what? When I heard that, I thought, yeah, that's kind of dumb, but I had to love it because optimism, right?
Well, here's what I was going to say about all this, Sean. I was hoping you would really enjoy it. He's gone. I was hoping you would enjoy it because Filoni, even though you get some episodes where it's just Ahsoka riding a very poorly animated tiger, you also get some frickin' banger episodes where who deleted Kamino? Oh, it was Dooku. What did happen to Yaddle? Oh, she removed herself from the council because she herself didn't believe. And then how did Dooku feel about Qui-Gon? Oh, we get to see that.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
What was Dooku's actual turn to the dark side? Oh, we get to see that. So he does a great job of like, what are those things in all the movies that still gnaw at people and we don't have the answers for? Let me give you the answer real quick.
Right.
But what I like about them bringing in Yaddle is all of us knew that she was a character, but like you said, she was just like a behind the scenes character. But then when Baby Yoda hopped on the scene, oh my gosh, the Yaddle conspiracy theories were going rampant.
Yeah.
Because it was like, well, wait a second. The only ones that we know is Yoda and this female one that was on the Jedi Council in episode 1.
She's a babe.
She sure is. But she disappears in episode 2. Where did she go? Well, legend says that she removed herself from the Jedi Council for undisclosed reasons. And then everybody's saying, well, maybe she was pregnant with Grogu, and that's why she stepped down. But then whatever happened to her? Well, we don't know. But then obviously we are putting the pieces together to know that Yaddle is not Grogu's mom once you learn who Grogu is a little bit more. But it never answered the question, what the heck happened to Yaddle? So I really like the fact that they closed that whole loop. She had a pretty heroic moment. She seemed pretty darn competent. And Bryce Dallas Howard taps off.
Assemble.
Word.
So all it takes to be a hero is to walk into a room and die.
Hell yeah, brother.
Nice.
Hell yeah. But I was really hoping that episode 4 was going to rope you in. And it obviously didn't. And that's disappointing.
Episode 4 is straight gasoline, dude.
Because what I was going to say is, okay, one of all 6 were pretty good. There was one that was kind of a stink bomb. But, okay, number
Episode
4.
1.
Number 4 was pure gasoline. I would honestly say in Clone Wars, that's kind of how it is. There's a total stinker. But then 1 out of every 6, 1 out of every 6 is like,
Our
dude.
audience is like 7 years old. So episode 4 is a stinker
It's
of an
a real
episode,
bad
but-
smeller. They fly now. But I was going to say, 1 out of every 6, like, ties into the movies and gives you answers that you didn't know you wanted. And it's like, dang, this is blowing my mind. This is what happened with Yaddle. This is how Dooku found out about Qui-Gon. And just like all of that stuff. That's kind of what Clone Wars is all about.
Mm-hmm. It just kind of ties up loose ends that you kind of forgot about, but you appreciate that they tied it up. So,
and that's my pitch to you, Sean. I love you.
But you know what? We didn't really talk about the Ahsoka
Things are
episodes.
getting pretty serious.
I hope so.
I know we talked a little bit about the different things that happened, but the Dooku arc is definitely the highlight. But the Ahsoka has some moments.
I'm going to be fully disclosing all information with you right now. You ready? I don't remember the second Ahsoka episode. Dang it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't remember what was the second Ahsoka
So,
episode?
yeah, that was weird. So
Oh, it was her at Padme's funeral.
No. Tales of the Jedi is 6 episodes long. The very first episode is about baby Ahsoka, and it is doo-doo.
Kind of a waste of time.
Kind of a waste of time. It's basically just to tell you, one, Ahsoka has animal handling force abilities, like our boy Ezra from
It's
Rebels.
weird that has never shown up in the 97 hours.
Which leads me to think the Ahsoka show coming out next year. If Ezra could handle the Purgles.
She's gonna handle the gurgles.
Yeah. So, yeah, episode 1 is
I hope you like pain.
bad. Her mom takes her hunting and basically says, like, death is a part of life. And then we learn she has force abilities. Sweet. Ahsoka's showing. Awesome. She's got the abilities.
Shout out to her dad, Roofer.
And her grandma.
She's a babe.
That's the second time you've used that audio on a really old, like, person who looks like a vacuum grabbed their soul and sucked all of the life out of them.
Used it perfectly, Sean.
But yeah, episode number 1, if you're not a Star Wars fan and you're like, maybe I'll check out Tales of the Jedi, do yourself a favor and don't watch that.
Dang.
Which is funny because it kind of symbolizes the whole Clone Wars show. Season 1 is kind of trash, but you get through it and you got some gold in there.
Poor animation.
Right. But no, so episode 1 isn't that good. And then you've got your Dooku arc, all 3 episodes right in a row.
Right.
And then the last 2 episodes get back with Ahsoka.
I forgot.
So episode 1, baby Ahsoka, she's got force abilities.
Right.
She's a Jedi. Episode 2 is Anakin harping into her that you need to learn how to defend yourself.
Right.
And that these droids are one thing, but how can you operate against like a human shooting you?
Right.
So he has the clones set their guns to stun, and he has her surrounded, and he says, like, keep going until you learn how to defend yourself. She gets knocked out 4 or 5 times.
More like 97 times.
Yeah. And she's out for an hour or 2 every time. Which, if you don't know Star Wars and you watch this show or this episode, you're like, okay, this is really repetitive and stupid. I get it. She's training. What's the point? Let me tell you the point.
Bring it.
Right now,
I'm ready.
in this moment, I will tell you the point.
Bring it.
In Order 66, we see it in season 7 of the Clone Wars. When the clones turn and they all surround Ahsoka, Ahsoka is able to survive because she's able to defensively deflect every blaster bolt coming her way, and she's able to escape. Okay. And it's a pretty sick move she does. She does this like spinning double lightsaber thing.
I'm vengeance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in Tales of the Jedi, we come to find out that Anakin harped into her and told her, you need to learn this. This could save your life someday.
Right.
Which just, if you know the context, it does save her life come Order 66.
Yeah.
So she does the exact same defensive move in this episode of Tales of the Jedi. She's learning that move. She finally gets it, and that ultimately saves her life. So if you know the context behind it, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And we get a couple Easter eggs. While she's training with the training droid that we see Luke train with in A New Hope, there's some people watching her. Those people, we've got Daddy Wan Kenobi with his long locks.
Father Daddy.
We've got Kanan, young Kanan watching.
Hashtag rebels.
And obviously his master, which I don't remember her name, but
Bilbo?
yeah, that sounds right. Bilbo.
Got her.
Bilbo Baggins. Let's go on an adventure.
Nope.
That's right, Chuck.
Me and Emily just watched that movie. By the way, Emily's here now.
She's standing in for Sean because Sean fled the scene when David gave him that tidbit about Franklin Oswald.
Which we need to clear something up with Emily real quick. The people are desperate to know.
Oh, no.
How do you feel now about Obi-Wan now that the Kenobi show is concluded?
Better. But
Okay.
Still not my favorite character.
All right. Well, you heard it, folks. Yep.
He's got the best lightsaber, though. I mean,
That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
it's the best.
But anyway, yeah. So Ahsoka, that's second episode. She learns this defensive move, which saves her life. Third episode is the jump in time where she's just surviving after Order 66.
Right.
Handles herself against the Inquisitor, which sets up, in movies and in shows, you want the protagonist to absolutely like ball out when they're fighting. You want to see crazy stuff. You want high peak action in fight sequences,
Right.
which we get in season 7, Ahsoka vs. Maul.
No
but
doubt.
this episode, I was a little upset at first that she just in half a second handles the Inquisitor and it's over. But then again, I thought about it and I was like, no, this is the perfect time to show. We've seen Baller Ahsoka. Right now, what it's doing is setting up context for the rest of what's to come with Ahsoka, and she can freaking handle herself now.
No doubt.
Ahsoka is a baller. She is a fully grown, not a Padawan anymore. She is Ahsoka's
She's a
prodigal sister.
Prodigal sister.
And no, she can handle herself.
And it also is like the first step in her basically coming in contact with an Inquisitor, because we see in Rebels, like, she freaking wrecks Inquisitors. She's not afraid of them at all. Like, she takes on two at one time. When she first shows up in Rebels, she shows up to defend some of the main characters, and she takes on 2 Inquisitors, and she's not scared at all. And at this point, like, all we know about these Inquisitors is that they're like hunters, and they are gonna get you, and they are menacing and terrifying, and they are a threat. And then Ahsoka just shows up and she just wrecks
Handles
them.
it.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool to see, like, yeah, this is not her first time,
Right.
and she's not afraid of them.
And then, yeah, we get to see her at Padme's funeral. We get to see her talking to Bail Organa, which jumpstarts her.
Baylor?
They fly now.
I hardly know her. That one's for tease.
Baylor Ghana.
Yeah, so that kickstarts
Bears.
the whole Rebel Alliance. Ahsoka's a founding father, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like little stories that no one really asked for, but much appreciated.
I only wish I would have gotten more Qui-Gon, young Qui-Gon. You know what I'm saying, Sean? I think they probably could have cut the Dooku Windu episode and filled it with more young Qui-Gon. That would have been preferable.
Mm-hmm.
What? Young Dooku? Young Qui-Gon. That's true.
What do you rap about, Sean? You don't have a mic, but
Dookie in these streets.
Jar
Jar
Jar.
Jar. Cool.
Misa Bomba Warrior.
Anyway. So what did you want to talk about today?
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay. I will say I recently watched Doctor Strange,
Me and Emily have seen that.
Madness of the Multis.
What'd you think?
I really liked it. I mean, you guys, David,
Did you
didn't-
see Ron?
I did. I did. And you know what, David? I will give you the benefit of the doubt. The way she says run is a little
not
tough.
Normal.
It's a little tough. And if I would not have known the context, but you're also an idiot because then he immediately runs.
Yeah.
But it does kind of sound like she says run. But I really liked it. I mean, you kind of poo-pooed it because they didn't do everything that you wanted them to. But I was watching, I was like, dang, I really liked America Chavez's character. I thought that the story was done so well. And did you rank Black Adam higher than Mom?
I did. So, not my mother. Mom, you're above Black Adam.
Are you kidding? Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No, Multiverse of Madness, Mom.
I thought Multiverse of Madness was a better story than Black Adam.
I thought Black Adam was more entertaining.
The only part that sucked with Doctor Strange is when he fought that other Doctor Strange with music. I thought that was really lame. I can see it now in the writer's room, them being like super creative. Like, what if he conjures these notes and every time one hits, it's the sound of the note? Yeah. And then what if he like plays this?
The second Bad Strange.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Like, creativity, 10 out of 10. Execution, 10 out of 10. I mean, it was very visually appealing, but nobody stopped to wonder, should we do this?
Right.
Is this creative? Yes. Is this going to be like very interesting? No.
I can already see it. They're in the writer's room. Okay, what elements can we bring into this fight? I don't know. Let's go to the She-Hulk writer's room. Hey guys, you got any ideas? Music notes.
Or Bill's like, well, I was just practicing my clarinet yesterday, and what if we brought like a clarinet element into the Strange? It's coming together.
Hey, here's what.
So when that happened, and then when he took over that guy, is the dead Strange's body, and then like all those like demons were surrounding him, I didn't care for that part either. But if you take those two parts out, I thought the overall story was done very well.
Okay. I respect it. I didn't care for it.
I also watched the Marvel What If series.
Those are fire.
You told me to watch the Doctor Strange one, I think. So that was the only one I had watched. But then the first one was What If Cap never became Captain America and instead it was Agent Carter.
Yeah.
That was pretty good too. But dude, there's a zombie episode.
That's the one I'm on, and I watched half of it.
It's good. Did you watch What If the Avengers Never Assembled?
No.
They all get killed.
Dang.
And that's all I'll say.
Then I shall die as one of them.
Sean, you're on it with the drops right now. Yeah. So like in the beginning of, I can't remember which Iron Man it is, he's eating at the donut shop. And at this point, you know how he's like affected by the arc reactor and it's like hurting him. So he's like drinking that juice all the time. In the movie, Scarlet Johansson. I always say that, dang it, because there's Scarlet Witch, but then there's Scarlett Johansson playing Black Widow.
Yeah.
So Black Widow injects him to help him. She like injects him to give him something. In this, she injects him and he immediately dies. And Iron Man is dead right off the bat. I just spit
Hang on, I
so
think
much.
I saw that. I saw that one. Your spit.
Yeah, it flew.
No, I think I saw that. That's with the little Ant-Man is the villain.
Yeah, it's Hank Pym.
Okay, I saw that one.
I love that one. You obviously didn't remember it. So.
No, I remember it now. It was good.
Wow.
It was good.
It was good. That's as far as I got. There's a couple more episodes.
So
what if T'Challa became Star-Lord? That was a pretty cool episode too.
That's just sounds weird.
Yeah.
Who comes up with that?
The Ravagers go to Earth to pick up Chris Pratt. Peter Quill. But they accidentally pick up T'Challa because they get all these crazy readings from Wakanda. So like, oh man, there must be something extraterrestrial going on there. And then they find this kid in the field and it's T'Challa and they take him instead. That was a good episode.
Speaking of Wakanda, literally as we conclude this podcast, we are on our way to the theater to see Wakanda Forever.
I'm so pumped.
I am too. Dude, I'm pumped.
I'm hyped. On a scale of 1 to hype, how are you, Emily? 6?
You got to speak into the mic too. There you go.
I don't know.
Nice. 1 to 10. How bad do you want to see this movie?
5.5.
Dang,
So,
that's not enough.
That's enough to get her to the theater. So that's why she's here.
mission accomplished. Did you see the trailer?
Oh, yeah.
I did. I like the one with Kendrick Lamar.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I built it up.
We gon' be all right.
I hope we gonna be alright.
No, I'm really excited to see how they do Chadwick Boseman.
I'm a little worried though, because I saw something on Instagram.
No, don't.
It's not like a spoiler because we already knew.
Oh, I sent you that.
What?
The after credit scene?
No. What? Whoa, what? Oh, you? No, I don't.
I sent you the rumor of the after credit scene that they cut.
Oh, yeah. There was a rumor that Dr. Doom was going to be in the after credit scene. They cut it. Maybe because he's in the movie now.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe because he's in the movie now, David. That would be everything I predicted and more. If any of you watched our rundown of Marvel Phase 5 and 6, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I know that all of you already did see that episode. So
Right.
I'm not going to dive into it further. But I saw a screenshot of Ironheart's armor. I thought it was a screenshot from Fortnite. And I'm not kidding.
Oh no.
I thought it was like, oh, new character in Fortnite. Oh, this isn't Fortnite, and also this is Marvel. So I think that the
She-Hulk animators were on it? Is that what you're gonna say?
they wrapped up She-Hulk and they immediately moved to Wakanda Forever.
Dang.
But we'll see.
No, I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
What's on your watch list for? You said you ran through What If? You ran through.
Yeah, I've been. We got a treadmill at the house now, so I'm running and watching stuff on the iPad, which is super efficient, dude. Like you can't watch What Ifs at the gym.
Yeah.
You sure can in your basement.
You can do it on your couch too.
No, I literally don't have a television. It's
that's
the
right.
iPad. So, yeah, I've been catching up on those. I need to see Shang-Chi next, and I need to see Eternals next. I'm catching up on all the Phase 4 stuff. That's really what I fell behind on.
Yeah.
They just were hitting. It must have just been a busy stretch in life, and they were hitting so much content at the same time, and I saw none of it.
Yeah.
So
Shang-Chi's
Shang-Chi,
good.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's what Sean said.
So that was a test. Me asking you what's on your watch list, and you failed.
Oh, no. Because I tried to watch Daredevil. It's still on Netflix.
No. What?
I can't get. It's not
No,
on
it's on Disney Plus. I told you. Listen. So Daredevil is a very dark show. You have to change your view settings to mature. Disney Plus automatically
Rated R.
puts. Yeah.
Dang.
It's dark.
If you told me that, I 111% forgot that you told me that. I was so ticked. I was searching it and I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's not coming up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we figured that one out. And I forgot how dark this show was.
I hope you like pain.
That's actually why I watched the What If series, because I tried to watch Daredevil and it wouldn't come up, and I was running and I was like, I can't search. I just gotta, okay, I'll watch this. But that was actually what I wanted to watch.
So once you change that setting, you've got Deadpool now, you've got Logan, you've got Daredevil, Punisher.
Dang.
We just wrapped up season 2, so we're 2 seasons deep in Daredevil. What did you think of Daredevil?
Going in, I thought this is going to be the stupidest thing I've ever watched. Because I'm like, Daredevil? Who's Daredevil? I thought he was a DC character.
He's kind of a loser hero on
And
paper.
I'm like, what is his like superpower? What
he's
why is he? I had no idea this guy was blind. So going into the show, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Where's the bad guy?
He does flips and stuff, and he's blind. But I will say there are parts where I literally like I feel sick because it's graphic. And
Yeah.
I'm glad David has watched it before because he will hurry up and cover my eyes, and thank the Lord he does, because I would have nightmares.
Dang.
But there's some parts I don't because I forgot they're in there.
And I just,
Well, that's why I was really afraid to watch Doctor Strange, because you guys are like, it's a straight horror film. And it was pretty graphic, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to
no,
be.
this is way worse, dude. I mean, there's like, I think I told you, like, just for example, he's trying to find info out on who's the bad guy, and someone accidentally says the name.
Oh, yeah.
And they're so scared that they said the name that they just end themselves.
I guess you could say things are getting pretty serious.
I guess you could.
But season 1, what would you rate season 1 of Daredevil?
a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch the next episode. I wanted to see what was going to happen next.
But then season 2 hit, and what'd you think?
It was still really good. But so they incorporate ninjas, which can either be really cheesy or really cool, and
They do that in Arrow too.
they do a good job.
It's literally like Arrow.
Yeah.
They do a good job of not making it as cheesy as it could be, but it was still kind of like anything with ninjas. I feel like is like
Yeah.
But
you can get lost in it.
let me just set up. Ninjas are stealthy and silent and move in silence.
And that's his thing.
He needs to hear.
That's tough.
So the way he learns to beat them,
So he gets better.
absolutely insane.
I can't wait to see
I
it.
love it.
Well, like I said, he showed up in She-Hulk, and the 10 minutes of action that he was in She-Hulk, I was like, dang, I gotta watch his show. He seems like a pretty sweet character.
It's hallway scene after hallway scene after hallway scene after hallway scene, and it's
just-
done in one take,
That's just straight dopamine.
where
from
it
the
just
dome.
follows him.
Vengeance.
yeah.
And yes, you know,
Vengeance.
when you're in a hallway for the 20th time in the show and there's 15 guys that walk in, yes, sometimes the 10th guy he beats is like, all right.
I got a question for
okay.
you and for the audience. If you were in a hallway and 10 dudes came into that hallway, how quickly would you die?
Dude, here's what you do. You drop your
Smoke
pants. No, listen to me. You drop your
Same
pants.
thing.
No one knows what to do. You're like, dude, what are you doing?
Dude,
Everyone
come on, no.
loses their cool. No one can stay serious. Everyone's like,
That's what they're like. Nice.
yeah.
That is not the approach I would take. Power fart.
Oh my God, that guy just made the wall brown.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
man.
move.
Yeah.
The internet's not ready for that story.
But as far as Daredevil, what have been like your favorite? What have been your least favorite parts of that show? Like, who would you eliminate?
Karen.
Yeah.
Karen.
Oh, she's the worst.
No, I don't want to talk about my least favorite parts.
Then what are your, without ruining anything?
I will say that this is the least cheesy superhero show, movie, everything that I've ever seen. Even the Marvel movies that come out all the time, I'm like, this is so dumb.
Yeah,
Sorry. I'm gonna get hate on that too. But
The comment section is blowing up.
but it's like it's just the storytelling, you wanting to know what happens next, the fight scenes, like David said, it's like I don't think it gets old. There's literally a scene, a fight scene. I think it's probably 10 minutes long.
Oh,
no
heck
talking, literally just fighting, and I'm like sucked in because
yeah.
it's
You're just watching.
like David said, it's in one take, so you just follow him.
And it's not like he is like one guy, boom, he's done. Next guy, boom, he's done. It's like,
it's realistic.
he gets wrapped up by 3 people.
Right.
Oh, he somehow got out of that. Uh-oh, he just fell off a balcony. Uh-oh, he just took that. Like, he like takes his hits and he gives it. And the whole theme is his dad was a boxer, and his dad really harped into him like it's not about how hard or how many times you get hit. It's about how many times you get up or whatever.
His dad was Rocky.
That's how winning is done.
Yeah. No, really.
He's Creed.
Yes.
Michael B. Jordan is Daredevil. I thought he was Killmonger.
The What If.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That dude is a tall glass of chocolate milk.
Dude.
But
Talk about the glass fully.
Where are you going with this?
It's all coming together.
Not half full, not half empty. I'm talking a full glass of chocolate.
Since we're talking chocolate milk, what is
That's
your
right,
ranking
Chuck.
of milk, strawberry milk, and chocolate milk?
Dude,
Strawberry.
strawberry milk will always be at the bottom. There is nothing you can do to make strawberry milk good.
Dude, strawberry milk is elite. Whenever we used to work in a lot of customers' houses, and every customer would be like, "Well, can I get you guys something to drink?" And my classic joke would always be, "I will only accept strawberry milk."
And make it a true move.
Because nobody ever has that, but that's what I require. Strawberry milk is my favorite. I'm sorry,
Dude.
and a Neapolitan face-off, I'm going strawberry first.
You know
every
what's
time.
funny? Your farts smell like strawberry milk.
Well.
So that's...
I got the Fairlife one in my fridge right now.
controversial.
Yeah,
We're not getting into that. So,
they beat their cows or something.
Daredevil.
But dang, that lactose-free stuff is what I need.
Yeah.
Power farts. Daredevil.
Watch it. Season 1 is fantastic. Season 2 is okay.
All right.
It's really good. Here's what I'll say. Season 1 is one storyline, and it's great.
'Kay.
Season 2 is two storylines. And one of the storylines isn't very good. The other one is very good.
right.
So it's kind of like half the time you're like, I don't really care about this. I'm waiting for the other storyline to go on.
Sure. Well, now that I know I can actually watch it, that's the next thing I'm going to watch.
It is very dark, though.
Shang-Chi can take a hike, brother. And I'm talking about you.
Nice.
We're watching our clocks because we have to get to the AMC to watch Wakanda's Forever's.
Hey, did you see that sky today?
Talk about blue. This
You know what?
movie,
I'm going to go ahead and say it. Our impressions on this podcast are phenomenal.
I mean, we're talented. We're talented young men.
Obi-Wan Kenobi impression, go.
Assemble.
Everyone.
Everyone. I forget what he said after that.
Give me an impression, go.
Darth Maul. Not Clone Wars. Darth Maul from the movie.
I was just about to yell.
Darth Maul from the movie.
I don't even remember his one line.
I mean, all he does is that part where he gets cut in half and he pretends like he's constipated. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
No, he says something to Palpatine in episode 1.
I am a
See, you asked for me to do a impression on the spot and I can't, but if you ask, like, if you pull back the footage, Sean, cut to all the previous footage of me doing every impression ever in 99 Nerds history. I just added 7 hours to Sean's editing.
That is a reel I want to make, actually.
I don't expect you to do that, Sean. But if you did, that'd be pretty
I hope you like pain.
Emily, give me an impression.
Like,
I don't do impressions.
give him an option for an impression?
Oh, yeah.
Or give him an
My
impression?
favorite.
Runs the precious. Oh, master.
Okay.
What?
David talks to me in Smeagol's voice every single day. Okay.
Dude, I can't
but
stop.
on the podcast, he's like trying not to laugh, so it's like, in real life, it's spot on that I get scared and I run away.
Yeah, sure.
I told him, and he'll start singing songs in Smeagol voices. I said, you need to make a Smeagol's Greatest Hits album.
Dude,
because
It's a
it
whole
sounds just
YouTube
like
channel.
I can rip some vocals.
Dang.
it. And Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I'm a big Kronk guy.
Yzma, put your hands in the air.
Yzma. What?
Sean killed it in our Lord of the Rings. That is my absolute favorite impression on this podcast. Sean doing the orc from Lord of the Rings,
The commander, the
Yeah.
commander orc.
where he was like,
mucho shakapaka.
You're off the rails now, Sean.
I don't even remember what it was. It was like,
What did you do, Sean?
I guess you could say
I'm vengeance.
Dang. Yeah, Lord of the Rings has got some good ones. What were we talking about?
Thor. We've always done some good Thor ones.
Yeah, Thor. He's a man.
We're talking about impressions. I'll do my favorite impression of you. Yeah, Ewan McGregor. He's a pretty good actor. This is so early on in our podcast days when we didn't know what to talk about. We just kind of rambled, and that is
mostly me.
That was my favorite Austin moment when I was fully like on board with like saying what I had to say, and he cut me off, and then didn't know what to say after cutting me off. That he goes, "Yeah, Ewan McGregor he's a pretty good actor." Anyway, yeah, back to what I was saying.
No line of dialogue is wasted. But MCU or in the 99 Nerds.
But yeah, rather than waiting till the end, which is pretty soon, why don't you comment, like, subscribe, tell someone about us, because we want to grow. We want an actual studio. We want George Lucas. We want Ian McDermott. We want
Ned B.
You sure? Like just the costume or the actual actor?
No, like a living droid walking around here carrying stuff.
That would be cool. Anthony Daniels.
John Stamos.
Ron. You know what? I think we could actually...
We could get Ron. We could find his IG. I shoot him a DM. Next thing you know, he's sitting in-house. We're probably going to have to buy him a plane ticket. Are you prepared to financially support that?
I would.
Yeah, you should. You're the whole reason he'd be coming on.
But we never talk to him. He sits in Emily's seat, and me and you just talk about something else.
And Sean could just say, "Sorcerers, fortify your minds!" Ron. I laughed at when I was watching it because you described Wanda coming in on a fart cloud.
Yeah.
And she sure does. She's been eating beans. Red beans. Kidney beans, right? That's the red ones.
Is it?
No.
You know your beans. Emily, what do you want to talk about?
I'm a pretty good bean guy.
What's the latest in your Nerdville? What do you know?
What do you even know? Tell us.
I got Super Mario Party for my Switch.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's about it.
Are you excited for the new movie coming out?
Yes.
Featuring Christopher Pratt Tonius?
Comes out on her nephew's birthday.
Dang. So you're going to go see it and then tell him all about it.
2 Mario-themed birthday parties in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's legit. Ollie's pumped. I forget, I was watching something, and then like, what movie did we just go see? Black Adam.
Yeah.
When I told him we were going to the movie, he's like, "Are you going to see the new Mario?" It's like, no, buddy, it's not going to be out for a while.
Literally in a year, dude.
That's tough for kids when they see a teaser trailer for something that's coming out 19 months from now.
5.
5? Shoot.
See, but we're programmed to think that's forever away.
Forever away. Dang, he's right. Because everything is just like
Fiona's parents.
What?
Far, far away.
Far, far away.
Wow. Good Shrek reference. Sean's a big Shrek
Ogres
have layers.
Mucho shakapaka.
Wrong one. What else? I liked how powerful Wanda was in that movie. She freaking showed up.
Yeah, but come on. Why do their power levels go up as the movies progress?
Because they run out of stuff for the characters to do. They're like, oh, we gotta do something new and exciting. But I mean, they do still kind of try to stay in the lines of what the comic book characters' powers truly are. But Sean would disagree with that. He's always talking about the power creep. But you only watched half of the zombie episode. Has Scarlet Witch showed up in that episode yet?
I don't remember, no.
That's an interesting dynamic when she shows up.
Yeah?
Yeah, you should finish watching it. Or do you want me to spoil it for you?
You don't have to. I can watch it.
I'll spoil it. So they get this transmission, right?
They get what?
A transmission. Somebody's trying to get a hold of us.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I get you. Okay. I got you.
So they get this transmission, and it's basically a message saying, I potentially have a cure. So they're trying to find out who is this, where are they? They finally find it. It's Vision. Of course, Vision is the perfect zombie apocalypse guy. He's an android. He can't be bitten. He creates a antidote.
Okay.
But Scarlet Witch she's a zombie. She's too powerful for it. She resists his antidote because of her power. So he is keeping her in the bunker and feeding her people. So we find T'Challa on a surgical table missing a leg because Vision brought him there, like coaxed him. He hoaxed him and coaxed him into the bunker.
Oh my gosh.
Cut his leg off and fed it to Wanda to keep her happy because he knows that he has created
that vibranium quad.
He knows that he's created an antidote and he's close, but he can't save Wanda yet. So he has to keep her alive. And the only way to keep her alive is to feed her. And the only way to feed her is to trap people.
R.I.P.
But they eventually bust that up. And then the episode kind of ends unfinished. There is no conclusion to it. But I think that they're doing a second season of What If, so maybe it'll pick up.
Speaking of second season, what if Andor didn't have a second season?
Dang.
I was going to ask you about Andor.
I stopped watching it because I got busy.
Exactly.
And I had that massive bout of diarrhea last week.
I stopped watching it, and I don't really care to start again.
Come on.
Dude, okay, the heist, sure. It's a good episode.
That was a really good episode.
And now he's in a prison, and it's like...
See, I didn't even watch the next episode. Because I wanted to watch Daredevil, but then I couldn't, so I watched What If.
Yeah, Andor is just... I don't know. I just lost my taste for it.
It's just one of those stories that nobody asked for, and it was good, but maybe they won't.
There's too many like filler episodes where nothing happens. To where it's like,
yeah,
what was the point of that?
That's what I said to you.
Sure.
You know, after that one episode, I was like, Emily, what was the point of that episode?
Right.
But
what are you gonna do? You know, what are we gonna?
I just
do?
want more Tales of the Jedi.
How many Jedi tales would satisfy you?
Just keep going. Give me a 3-episode arc on each Jedi. Give me a Kit Fisto. Give me a Luminara.
Give me Bilbo.
I was gonna say Bilbo.
And Bilbo.
Mace Windu.
Give me a Hobbit Jedi.
We have one.
Yoda.
No, what's his name?
Earth.
He's in the Clone Wars. He dies.
Yeah.
On that Imperial planet where their security stuff is.
Yeah, the dude with the
really long ears, and he's missing an eye, and it looks like that. I don't know his name. But
name is escaping me. Master. I want to say Shifu, but that's not right.
Isn't that from Mulan?
Panda,
No, Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
Mushu.
My tenders.
What did you say?
Shifu.
Oh,
Master Shifu.
Speaking of Shifu.
What about it?
I don't know. I was trying to think of a transition.
Dang.
Yeah.
So 9 Tales would be good for you. 9 Jedi Tales.
No, Tales of the Jedi. Give me 3 episodes on each Jedi. Tell me everything you've ever wanted. And you know what? We didn't taps off to Dave Filoni.
Taps off.
We didn't nod our caps. Not our hats.
Not our caps and taps off.
No, the dude, Kathleen Kennedy, like, jump off a bridge. I mean, no, don't do that. So there's other things that you can move on to now. You've done it. You've had Star Wars. Right. Things are good.
Right.
Dave Filoni deserves a raise. He deserves a promotion. Give him the keys.
How much do you think he makes a year, Sean? 4.
Sean said 4.
I would wager to say 5.
I would say he has a little bit of the like profit sharing.
Sure.
Where he is getting...
He probably gets 90% of Ahsoka merchandise sales, which is why he keeps pumping that gas pedal.
Stop it. Ahsoka is great.
I love Ahsoka.
And you know what? And here's what I'll say. She is my favorite female character in anything,
of the world.
in any show, any movie going on right now.
Ahsoka.
And it wasn't
in Daredevil.
Oh my god.
Actress.
Ashley Eckstein?
Yeah. No. Rosario Dawson.
Oh. The true Ahsoka is Ashley Eckstein. I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah. Which, yeah, she's the GOAT. She looks exactly how she sounds.
Yeah.
Just very like small and petite and just like
Nice.
nice. She's the type of lady that like if your car broke down, you would want it to be right in front of her house because she would probably make you some warm cookies.
Would you want it to be in front of Rosario Dawson's house?
No.
What would she make you instead of warm cookies?
Afraid.
Oh, that was a good word to use.
Yeah.
It's tough to see Ahsoka as Rosario Dawson. I'm just gonna say it.
It is a little weird.
This show's about to start, the Ahsoka. It's tough for me mentally to not hear Ashley Eckstein's voice and to see Rosario. She's shown up a couple times in Mandalorian, and I've liked it, not loved it.
Yeah.
Because you're right, Ahsoka is, if not my favorite female character of all time, definitely top 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a whole different direction for the character.
And I just like, it's not forced. And Sean would probably disagree with me because he thinks Anakin having a Padawan is dumb, but maybe that was forced. He needed a Padawan to show some leadership in Anakin before his fall.
Right.
But no, her character grows on you. She's a boss, and it's not like forced.
You freaking root for her at every angle.
She earns her praise.
Right.
It's not praise her. It's I'm gonna praise her.
Jeez, man. She's an animated character.
But like, not to be offensive, Ashley Eckstein, the voice actor, versus Rosario Dawson, the physical actor in the show, they're completely opposite.
Right.
Like, Ashley is a very small, like, white woman with a very like high, nice voice. Rosario Dawson is like a brute of a woman.
I don't think that's accurate.
Where she's like, no, she's like,
I don't know how tall she is.
Stern and like, I don't know.
Okay.
Has a jawline. I don't know.
Wow.
No, she doesn't. I don't know.
She does.
I respect women.
She's on that testosterone. I respect women. Is that what you just said?
Are you trying to say she's more just tough looking?
Yeah, like she's bigger. She's like a tougher look.
Sure.
She's like, Ashley is like, oh, like, what have you been through? Man, we are really struggling for content.
I respect. That'll be the drop, Sean. Clip the drop. I respect women, and that's gonna wrap it up.
No, I got.
Oh. What? Oh.
I gotta talk to Dave.
Okay.
Oh no. I gotta go.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, Dave.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have another question.
Okay.
Well, it's not a question. It's more of a statement. You're wrong about Andor.
No, Andor sucks, dude.
Andor is great. You're right though. It takes too long to get good. But the most recent episodes are like top-notch television.
Really?
So what I would recommend is wait till the show's finished.
Okay.
It'll be 12 episodes. And the rumor currently is that they only are going to need 2 seasons, and the second season will also be 12 episodes. When it's finished, you can watch it all in one go, or at least in a way that it doesn't feel like so piecemeal. It's really good. The way the prison stuff plays out is really well done.
I just thought it was kind of dumb.
I agree.
The way they started the prison stuff.
I thought it's just like, it feels arbitrarily broken up.
Yeah.
This feels like it's so long and they're building too many characters and it seems congested.
Mm-hmm.
But once it gets moving dramatically, it's some darn good television. It's some darn good Star Wars, I'll say.
Okay. Well, I was thinking the opposite when they showed up at the prison. Because
oh my gosh,
there's that one scene completely took me out of Star Wars. I thought, what is happening right now? It was when they first show up to the prison and they have them take their shoes off.
Yeah.
And then they turn on that thing.
Yeah.
And all of them go into like a weird like.
Sure.
I was like, what is this?
Well, the floors are electrified. That's the beat.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, but
the way they like responded to that was like.
Well, we'll do
odd.
this. We'll have you we'll zap you like we'll.
Speaking of getting zapped, I actually got electrocuted yesterday.
Real quick, and we'll see it happens. Wait, what happened?
I got electrocuted yesterday.
Electrocuted means you die. Electrocution. You didn't get electrocuted. You zapped. Shocked. Are you okay?
Yeah, it was so. I didn't know what was happening until it was too late.
You do seem different lately. You have been acting strange today. I've noticed that.
Like a doctor.
Austin, your mic smells weird. Okay. Well, on that note,
Have you cleaned your beard?
I'll leave it up. I'll leave it up to you. I just feel like I needed to. I'm not going to let the Yaddle thing go, and I want you guys to know that.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. So there's this one time I went and saw Black Panther on my. It was like my birthday, and I remember it was really fun because I had just come back from a date with some young lady, and it went really well. And everybody's like, Sean, why were you late for the movie? Tee hee hee. I was like, oh, I was on a date. Tee hee hee. It didn't work out. But anyway, the movie was like so much better for that reason. But this time it's like the opposite.
Sean,
I will date you.
Thanks, Austin. No, but for Wakanda Forever, I'm looking forward to it. And I think it's actually going to be pretty good. It seems like it's swinging for the fences. At least that's how the trailers make it look.
I sure hope so.
Like they're going for the grand epic spectacle. This ain't just like another superhero movie. This ain't your Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Right.
This is like World War III. It's gonna be Avatar.
Dude.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm looking forward to it. Unless it stinks. How long is the movie? Like, what if it's like 90 minutes? It's like, ooh.
Oh, dude, it's like 2 hours and 43 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
I gotta go to bed.
Our movie starts in 18 minutes. So.
And I'm like,
Tomorrow.
you can say this about me talking about this.
Austin's asking me to say this about what now?
We saw the Avatar trailer.
We saw the Avatar trailer.
When we saw Black Adam.
When we saw Black Adam.
I felt nothing.
You felt nothing.
I feel nothing.
You're just not a fan of water.
I guess not the way of it, at least.
Which is weird because you drink a lot of water. All right. Well, I want to let everybody know that this has been another episode of the 99 Nerds. We're really looking forward to talking about Wakanda Forever. And talking about it forever, maybe, if it's that good. Or we'll talk about it for like, 5-10 minutes, and then that'll be the end of it.
On this podcast? No way.
In this economy? All right, well, you guys have a nice night. What do we normally say? Peace? Peace! Peace! It doesn't sound as good when I say it.
Bye.
Bye.